Today I'm on Long Island in New York and I'm at a legendary reptile store called Jungle Bob's. We're gonna take a look what's been in here. It's gonna be amazing. Let's get started. And hey, I ran into a store mascot here. This is actually Castro, an absolutely amazing cyclura. You can see he loves people. These guys are like little puppy dogs with scales. Absolutely amazing animal. Let's find Jungle Bob. And I found Jungle Bob and his son Tyler and this amazing animal here. Tell me, oh, he's peeing on you.
Just a little bit.
That's why I let Tyler hold him, yeah.
This is, of course, a giant pixie frog or an African bullfrog. Oh my God, he is leaking like he's a maniac.
Comes with the territory. His name is Jaba.
Oh my God.
Aptly named, very obvious reasons.
How old is Jaba? He's
Jaba,
just
we've had him since he was a baby. He's probably a good 5 years old now.
5 years old.
He's been leaking and peeing on us ever since.
Oh my gosh, that's perfect. That is a beautiful frog. You guys know that I love giant frogs. We have Al the marine toad. They have a giant marine toad. We're gonna get a chance to take a look at here in a second too, but there's something cool about a big pixie frog. So hopefully we'll have one soon.
I make the big bucks here. Jungle Bob's.
And we actually have Lenny the legless lizard here. And Jungle Bob, tell me, you actually wrote a book about this.
After doing over 1,000 presentations in schools and camps and libraries and talking over and over about the characteristics of legless lizards and how snakes and lizards differ, we decided to make a children's book out of it.
That is awesome. And where can you get that?
On my website at the moment, www.junglebob.com. You can see the Lenny the legless lizard. It's the first in a series. I didn't get the number 2 yet, but it's coming.
Oh my God, that is so cool. I'm jealous. I've always wanted to write a book. And a children's book would definitely be the way to go. This guy is doing the rotisserie thing like my guy. That's awesome. You guys know I love blue-tongued skinks. This is a beautiful northern. What's the deal with this one?
This is Azul, one of our show animals. We call it the posse, all the animals on our shows.
Nice.
And her claim to fame is she's like 23 years old.
23 years old. That's incredible. I mean, blue-tongued skinks can sometimes live into their mid-20s for sure, but this is an old little monkey right here. And you found out she was a female.
Well, she was in the cage one morning and she was looking kind of heavy, but we'd had no idea she was gravid, and she was. And there were a bunch of live babies in there. Cocktail Franks with arms and legs.
Exactly. They're so fun. And they've got so much attitude when they're first born. They always open that mouth, stick that blue tongue out. Just absolutely amazing. It's cool. Love blue tongue skinks. Look at something's poking out of the little cork right here. A little tegu. This is an albino tegu. And this is one of the animals that's for sale here?
Yes, sir.
Oh my gosh.
Albino blue tegu, about 6 to 8 months old, something like that.
And how is it to have a dad that's a legend in reptiles? I mean, how was it growing up with that?
It's been nice having a pseudo-celebrity father, you know?
Cool?
This was always known as the reptile kid. All the kids wanted to come to my house and check out the snakes in the basement when we were younger. Definitely gave me a name in school, at least.
And have you always been into it?
Absolutely, yeah. We started keeping animals since I was maybe 5 years old.
Oh my gosh.
Uncle Bob brought animals to my school when I was first grade or so, and that's how this all started.
That is so cool.
Kept it in the family.
Again, I've known Jungle Bob's name. We've never had a chance to meet for years and years and years, so it's super cool. And again, you know, if you're ever in the Long Island area, you gotta stop by. It's an awesome place. There's so much more we're gonna see.
He's so good.
And of course we have a little sulcata. Love the name. It's named Cheese. You guys know that I love cheese. You guys know that I love crazy names of the reptiles, so that's pretty cool. This was an animal that, believe it or not, was found out just wandering around out in the wild here, certainly in the summertime. And that's the problem with sulcata tortoises. I tell you guys all the time, they are so cute and so cuddly, but they get big and it's really difficult to take care of them when they're big. And they often either get sometimes let go, which is a huge thing we don't want to have happen, or they get surrendered to places like this. It's important if you want to get a tortoise that you can actually handle. Something like a redfoot tortoise, a leopard tortoise is much better than a sulcata. I love my sulcata. 99% of people can't have these as pets. Take a look at this marine toad. The thing that's amazing about this one is how colorful it is. Look at the markings on its back and stuff like that. It almost looks like a face, right? Got like 2 eyes, eyebrows, and a mouth right here.
Between the business part of it, right?
Between the business, these guys right here. So listen, it's really cool. Like obviously marine toads, hugely invasive in many parts of the world, but really amazing animals. And these are great educational animals, right? I mean, you've been doing this for so long. What would you educate people on this animal?
Yeah, well, first of all, we talk about the difference between frogs and toads, which
Sure.
we can go on and on with. The marine toads are special for us because I used to take the boys to Costa Rica all the time. That's how Jungle Bob got the name. And I just let them go around and catch stuff. And Dad, we found a marine toad. Dad, we found another. 23 toads later, they have them all in the bathroom in the lodge, you know. And we just learned what predators they really are.
Oh my gosh.
And how they're not afraid of anyone. We always call them Mr. Toad because when the jaguars see a toad, they walk the other way. Nothing bothers a toad. But what happens when he goes to Australia and starts eating other animals? Other animals don't know that story. Poison glands then come into play.
Exactly, and that's the thing. Down in Australia, that's the biggest issue is that, you know, animals will eat these, and then of course those venom glands will excrete venom, and it kills a lot of animals. There's been a huge devastation down in Australia. Cute as heck, love them to death, but they definitely don't belong in Australia. Where did this Dumerils come from?
This was another one that just outgrew its owner's enclosure, basically. They were getting older, their kids moved, went to college, they didn't want to keep it anymore. So being a store that's just here, everybody knows that we're here in a haven for a lot of animals. Once in a while, something a little bit different, like a Dumerils instead of a ball python for once in a while, you know?
It's awesome. Dumerils are really interesting because it used to be relatively common. I mean, a lot of people had them. Now they become really rare and high demand. So to see Dumerils now is really cool, especially in a pet shop like this. It's really awesome. They went from literally being maybe like $200 to now being like $1,000. It's crazy how expensive they've gotten, but look at how amazing they are. Of course, a Madagascan boa, a cool animal. I love them. You know it's a cool pet shop when you have Dumerils, boas, and you have Leachy geckos. What's the deal with this one?
It's a nice young female Nuami Leachianus.
Oh, a Nuami.
We like to keep it a little bit different around here. These are a personal favorite of mine as well. It's always cool to have these guys in the shop and get to observe them until they find their new home at least. I got a couple at home myself, so it's always a special thing to see some different types in here. Bearded dragons, ball pythons are terrific, but it's nice to see something different once in a while.
Absolutely. Nuamis, you know, we work with Nuamis as well. It's a locality in New Caledonia, and everybody knows that.
They're the largest gecko in the world.
Can we do it one more time?
Yeah. Largest gecko.
You messed it up again. How did I mess it up that time?
They're the largest gecko.
Jay, do you like hermit crabs?
I don't know.
Yo, did you know that I have a fear of hermit crabs?
Do you?
I literally
Why?
do have a fear of
Well, then why are
hermit-
you gonna touch it?
I don't know.
Why are you touching it?
Because I try to get over my fears. Look at that.
Oh
How scary you
God! No,
touch
I
it.
don't want to hold it.
You
Actually,
gotta touch it.
that thing is huge.
You got here. Put it in your hand. Maybe it'll come out. Oh,
Nah, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't.
oh my
do it.
gosh, they freak me out so bad. I mean, there's
Dad, is it
something.
pinching you right there?
I don't know. I have no idea. I'm just scared. But this is the weird thing. Oh my gosh.
Oh my God! It's coming out. Oh.
Here, you hold it.
No, I can't. I
You
can't
hold
do
it,
it.
Jake.
Is it gonna pinch? Dad, 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 Dad.
I don't know what it is, guys. I handle all kinds of crazy animals all over the place, but hermit crabs have always freaked me out. But I've got to get over this fear. I think in the new Reptarium edition, we're going to have to add hermit crabs so that I can somehow get over this irrational fear of hermit crabs. Because listen, they are super cool.
It's super cute.
But I don't know why it freaks me out so bad. So I'm going to put this guy back. You ready?
No, I just want to touch
Let me
it.
see if it pinches you.
No. No.
One of Noah's favorites, of course, is
Argus monitor.
the Argus Monitor. How cool is that? How long have you guys had this?
Just a few weeks actually now.
a few weeks. He's a little huffy, huh?
As they often are, yeah.
Yeah, a
Big
little bit.
bluffer is not usually much bite behind them.
Exactly. Of course, they're a sand monitor from Australia. The thing that's great about the Argus monitors, two different things. They're very athletic, and of course, they're the ones that are really known for tripoding, right? So they'll go up in the air and they'll kind of just be on their back feet and use their tail as kind of leverage, and they'll sit up and they use that so that they can look over things. If they're in tall grass or something, that they can look over it. It's almost like a meerkat type of thing, but in a monitor lizard. Absolutely wonderful, but extremely athletic lizards. Of course, we have another little rose-haired tarantula here. Love it. This is a beautiful one. Look at the color on it.
Aptly named Rosie.
Aptly named Rosie. I know. Everyone seems to have a Rosie, right? Ours is actually named Zombie, believe it or not.
That's a better name, actually.
So, you know, you're all about the education. That's what I've seen you do. I mean, I've seen you on a ton of TV shows and all over the place like that. How long have you been into this?
Close to 30 years now.
Over 30
Yeah.
years, huh?
It all started with my personal collection and going to Tyler's nursery school, kindergarten, wherever it was, and doing a presentation with a 13-foot African rock python.
Really? Yeah, 13 foot. How was the temperament on that animal? Because African rock's going to be a little bit stunted.
Yeah, this was a very nice one.
Wow.
For African rock.
Yeah, I guess when you're
But
taking it to
what
a
I didn't
kid's
know was
school.
it was show and tell day, so there was a whole bunch of other moms there, and somebody had a cat, somebody had a dog, and somebody had a guinea pig.
Ah.
And the African rock liked that idea.
Oh, he liked the guinea
And
pig.
it was a little
didn't
hard to control. I learned how to do it better and better, and we've been doing, like I said before, over 1,000 shows, wowing people everywhere we go.
he? Look at that.
Just to try to dispel the myths about these creatures. It's just there's so much out there, and even something as simple as this,
Yeah.
putting webs on Brian Barczyk,
Isn't that amazing?
is something people don't see every day.
That is
and that's
so
what we like to
cool.
do. Not to show off as much, but to educate.
To educate. Well, I love it. This is so cool. I've never actually done this before. It's always like seeing the spinner, spinning like that. That is crazy. Oh no, you're fine. You're fine. Do you do that all the time with the spinners, or?
Well, it's up to the tarantula,
So
actually.
if they start to spin, you can just
Yeah,
pull it out.
I would say it's kind of like saliva. There's only so much they have. We don't do that often to them. Once in a while, and we have 3 different Rosies for our shows.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
How cool is that?
Rosie 1, that's Rosie 2.
And you guys know that I used to be terrified of tarantulas, but I love them to death now. So this is one beautiful, beautiful animal. The cool thing is that Jungle Bob is pretty innovative by doing his own products and stuff like that as well. And I found this product, I just walked by and I thought this was interesting. This is dubia roaches in a can. First thing I gotta ask you is, are they alive?
They're not alive in the can.
They're not
We
alive
haven't
in the
figured
can.
that out yet.
Haven't figured that out. So these are like a freeze-dried then?
Exactly. They're cooked in a can kind of thing.
Okay.
And we have small, medium, large now. A lot of people have an aversion, particularly in New York, to putting cockroaches in their house, feeding their animals that way. A lot of adults don't want them anywhere near them. So this has been a really good opportunity for us, as it's all the nutritional values there of a dubia roach.
Right.
So we teach people about that.
Without having them run around your house and stuff like that. And you can actually go to, again, his website, www.junglebob.com, and you can buy all of this type of stuff and all his other products that he has. I love the idea. I think it's pretty cool. I might even have Jay try one right now. Jay?
No.
So I actually have a hypo whiplet, but my dream was to have a hypo zero, and so here it is. And it's
just like that.
It's crazy because the whiplets are cool, but they're more grayish, whereas these guys are that white colored animal.
With a nice bright blinding color. That's what
I
makes it
know.
cool. Right?
And you said this one sold though.
This one sold. Yeah, somebody bought themselves an early Christmas present. He's gonna wait to set up his tank before he comes and picks it up. This guy's gonna be going home very shortly.
Oh gosh, see this? I found something I thought I could take home, and I was too late. I've got Tyler on the hunt for me. Big pixie frog and a hypo zero. Those are things on my wish list for Christmas.
Coming right up.
And believe it or not, you can actually buy tiny hats for your gecko. Hang on a second. Believe it or not, here at Jungle Bob's, you can actually buy tiny hats for your geckos. We actually brought Justin, which is Jay's pet, and we're just gonna put it right on him. Oh, hang on a second. Let's try that again. And we're just gonna put it right on him to see how distinguished he looks. Oh, that is a distinguished gentleman.
Look at that.
No, that's even cuter. We need to buy
Can
a
we
bunch
get
of-
tiny hats?
We can get tiny hats.
We need a lot of them.
A lot of them?
A lot.
That is pretty cute, I ain't gonna lie.
Or even for him.
Dad, we need tiny hats.
I think you're taking it too far. And if you get hungry when you're here at Jungle Bob's, they actually have a few different things. They have crickets that taste like bacon and cheese. They have larvets that are Mexican spice. These guys are gonna give it a little try. Gabby, go ahead, try.
Okay.
Dad,
Cheers.
Me? Dad?
No, thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. What do you think?
Flavorful.
It's like, it's, I don't know. I don't know.
Tastes like a taco.
Bacon and cheese? I changed my mind. The more you chew, it's nastier.
My whole journey with reptiles kind of started with corn snakes, or at least really early on, so I have a passion for them too. So is this one of your educational animals, or?
Yes, it's a retread. It came back to us. We sold it. Somebody had it for many, many years, and then the kids went off to college and didn't want it anymore. So Mom brought it back in and said, just do me a favor and don't sell Bubbles.
Okay, it's Bubbles. That's a great name. Bubbles is a great name.
Bubbles has been part of our educational shows now for many years, and the kids love to see Bubbles. It's the snake we let everybody handle when they come in because of his beautiful temperament.
Corn snakes are great, and of course there's a snow corn snake, which is an anurthristic and an amelanistic mixed together. This one doesn't have much pattern at all. It almost looked like a blizzard corn for a second, because the blizzard is what they call type B anurthristic, which reduces all the yellow and pattern. But what a gorgeous snake, and again, really great first-time pet snake. I think anyone that wants a pet, a corn snake is a great way to go. Got a big boa constrictor here. This was another one that someone came in.
Another surrender. Outgrew is in a 120-gallon tank for a while, so it's not thrilled usually, but it's healthy enough. He was at least taking care of it and feeding it well, keeping it healthy. But another one that we don't recommend for a lot of beginners because of the size that they get. Almost more like the corn snake. That's the way to go.
Yeah, these guys get big, and they're very strong. That's the thing about boas, is that a python this size is not nearly as strong as a boa this size. They just are really full of muscle, and you could just feel it. You could feel right now. You could feel how sturdy that is. That's just like a little rock, and it's squeezing really good. But this is a pretty good size. Definitely a good 8.5, 9 foot boa constrictor. Again, you don't see giant boas, especially like our girl Cupcake, often. This one's definitely a nice, beautiful big girl. How many rescues do you guys get usually a year?
It's hard to say. Certain things seems like we get a call at least trying to give us something, like a turtle, like a slider, almost every single day.
Wow.
I'd say at least once a day. We try to take in as many as we can. We're not a not-profit, so we don't have funding for that or anything. We just take what we can, but especially things like the #1 discarded pet, sliders.
Oh, sliders for sure. And
In
that
every
just
pond.
goes to show you guys, education, and these guys are doing a great job about it. Think about it before you get a pet reptile. Make sure that it's right for you. Make sure you have the habitat, the ability to give it everything it needs its whole life. Because if not, it's going to end up at a place, and thankfully Jungle Bob's is a place that's really good, but there's a lot of times you can't find their opportunities. So I love the message that they have here at Jungle Bob's. It's absolutely amazing. Everywhere I go, I want to go to a pet shop. Look at the cool little bearded dragons in here. This is our nice, beautiful red one over here. We got ornate Uromastics down here. Over in the corner, right over there, you guys know I have some ornate Euros. We've got another little Uromastics right here. This is actually a yellow phase right here. Oh, check this out. This is actually a Cuban false chameleon, which is in the Anolis family. Super, super cool animals. Again, just looking around is always amazing. Whenever you get a chance to travel, you got to go to places. And if you're in New York, you got to come to Jungle Bob's. It's actually incredible. But for now, I guess it's time to get out of here. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, there's a playlist that you can watch all kinds of videos. You can also hit that subscription button. It would mean a lot to me. Also, hit that like button while you're down there. Have a wonderful day, Reptile Army. Remember,
Everywhere we go. Hey, go.
you guys know that I love cheese.